Good morning, everyone. Okay, I want all of you to stand up for just 1 second. Just stand up. Raise your hands up. High up. Raise your hands up. Everybody's sleepy after a long session. Turn around in your place. Turn around. Sit down. Sit down. Everybody sit down. Shh. Okay, now just for 1 second, squeeze your eyes tight shut. Squeeze your eyes tight shut. Tight, as tight as you can. Now open. So I have taught you two techniques here. One is to stand and relax your body. And the second, when you squeeze your eyes tight shut, it is to relax your mind. When you feel that you are studying, you're overloaded, okay, and you want just a minute's break, squeeze your eyes tight shut and then open. You will feel relaxed. Are you feeling relaxed? Are you feeling awake? बहुत नींद आ गई थी कि नहीं? Good. Okay. So we come back to the training part. Your brain is also a muscle, right? When we go to the gym, what do? We train our muscles, right? The brain is also a muscle. And here we are going to train it. Okay? I will teach you all very simple, practical techniques how you will train your brain. All right? Ma'am has already given you an extensive formula for achieving success. I'm going to add a little more to that only. All right? So, memory is short term and long term, right? Everybody knows that? So, what is the sources of remembering or learning? We have two main sources, the eyes and the ears, right? These are the two main sources, correct? We listen to the teacher and we look at the blackboard, right? Now, when our ears and eyes are seeing, okay, that's called as sensory memory. It's called as sensory memory. Sensory memory lasts for 2 to 3 seconds, right? Then when you pay attention, it goes to short-term memory. All right? So what we are doing is short-term memory. Short-term memory stays with you for some more time than the sensory memory. All right? And when you start paying more attention, that is when you are learning. When you start learning, when you start giving it more attention, it moves to your long-term memory. Is that understood? So what happens is, one day I have studied a physics lesson. I have worked out the formula. I have done everything. But I gave it a short time. And I felt I have learnt it. The next day, when I go to class, I open my books. It's like, whoa, I've not seen this before. हुआ है कभी ऐसा? ये तो मैंने पढ़ा ही नहीं, ये तो मैंने याद ही नहीं किया. But you know it was there in your planner. As ma'am said, it is there in your planner. You know you've learnt it. That is why it has a short memory that I have studied. But I do not remember anything. होता है ऐसा? Yes. So, you have put it in your short-term memory, but you need to revise to put it into your long-term memory. All right? Revision is the key. Yes, my friend, you want to say something? You are saying something, but you say it to me. Suggestions are welcome. Tell me. Okay? Okay? So, if you revise again and again, it will move to your long-term memory. When you sit in the board exam, it is going to come back to you automatically. All right. What happens is, because it's a board exam, the first day we will have some nervousness, palpitation, right? When you reach the classroom, you are going to feel your heart about to jump out. Yes, but once you sit into the exam, and if you have learned your matter well, if you have put your studies into the long-term memory, it is going to come back easily. All right? So the key to learning is revision. Revise and revise and revise. All right? Can somebody read what is written? You are smarter than you think you are. Yes, you are. Everybody is very smart. Everybody is very smart. Even if you think that I learn but I do not perform well on my exams, I don't know why this happens to me. I studied for 90% but I got 70%. It happens all the time. It's very normal for us to think like that. Okay? But there is some scientific truth to it. And today we are going to study that. All right? Okay. So there was an American psychologist called as Howard Gardner. Okay, Howard Gardner has given a theory of multiple intelligence. Okay, he says that every human being is born with a unique brain. And there are different portions of intelligences, the 8 portions. He divided intelligence into 8 portions. All right. And he says that every human brain is a unique combination of all these type of intelligences. All right. Yes. So he says that the 8 type of intelligences are mathematical intelligence. Some people are very good at mathematics and some are very good at language. Correct? In linguistics. Some people are excellent in sports. Yes, not everybody can run very fast. Some people cannot run at all, like me. I cannot run. But I'm good at studies. Okay? Some people have a natural knack for music. दूर से भी कोई धुन बजेगी तो वो बोल सकते हैं कौन सा गाना है. Correct? Some people are like that. Yes. So some people have a high level of musical intelligence. Then there are others who have good spatial intelligence. What is spatial intelligence? If you've seen people who can draw life-size cartoons, you always wonder कि उनका drawing इतना proportionate कैसा है? How is it that they draw so well? Right? If I make a small cartoon figure, it goes something like else. Yes? So those are the people who can visualize. They can imagine big figures. They are the ones who become architects. They can make buildings. They can construct. They can build blocks into a very nice something that looks good. Okay? So those are the people who have good spatial intelligence. All right? Then there are others who have good interpersonal intelligence. What is interpersonal? Have you heard of inter-school? What is inter-school? Between two schools. Competition, inter-school is always between two. Inter, the word inter means two. Alright, ye yaad rakhna. The inter always means two. So interpersonal means one to the other. There are some people who are very friendly. Correct? Who can make friends very easily. But there are others who prefer to remain alone. They like to be silent. They like to do their own work. Yes? Have you noticed these things in yourselves? Yes? Then there are others who love nature. They love plants. They love animals. They like to go to the beach. They like to go trekking. Yes? So these are the people who have a high naturalistic intelligence. All right? Every brain is composed of all these type of intelligences. I forgot to tell intrapersonal. Intrapersonal is the person who can look within. The people who are fond of being alone, They write in their diaries. They do their own drawings. They like to do meditation. You all are still young, but as you grow up, you will develop these things more. Have you heard of gurus who can do very good meditation? Those are the people with high level of intrapersonal intelligence. All right? So every brain is a unique combination of all these 8 type of intelligences. All right? Is this understood? Can you tell me the name of the person who has coined this theory? Excellent, Howard Gardner. My girls are paying attention. I'll just give them. Okay, so based on that theory, we have 3 types of learners. We have categories of 3 types of learners. You are either an auditory learner, or you are a visual learner, or you are a kinesthetic learner. I am passing a worksheet to you. You just have to tick mark what suits you best. All right? And then first thing you do is write your name on it. Tick with full honesty. I'm not going to take the sheets back. All right? It is for you to understand yourself. Can you just pass this behind? Can you just pass this behind? Take one and pass it behind. Take one and pass it on. Everyone has a sheet? Okay. So on top, you have 4 different categories. The first is 1 mark you will give to yourself. Not at all true. It means that this sentence does not apply to you. Second is sometimes true. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. The third is often true. It's more often that you can do it. And the last one is always true. All right? Yes? So the first is verbal linguistic intelligence. Those people who have a high level of verbal intelligence. These are the people who can write poems. They write very good essays. They write very good compositions in school. All right? So please read the sentences and start giving yourself marks. You want me to read out the entire sheet to you? Do you want me to explain anything to you? Yes, can you just read through and give yourself marks? This is a self-voting sheet. Everybody's understood what is to be done? Yes, start marking. Anybody has a problem, I can help you solve that. Anybody's having a problem? I enjoy reading books, magazines or websites. Do you enjoy it? Yes or no? How much would you enjoy? Always enjoy or never enjoys? Sometimes do. So write 3, 2, write 2. Write 2. Very good. Now the next sentence. I like to write stories, essays or poems. Start giving yourself marks. It is only for you to keep this. I'm not taking it back. Okay? Give yourself marks. Please be honest and give yourself honest marks. It is going to help you. Start writing your marks. Yes. Your combination is unique to you. It does not go on to anybody else. You are taking the sheet home. All right? Now, once you finish, listen up. If you finish the first category, total your marks, write equal to next to it and give the full marks. How much you've scored in verbal intelligence. Understood? Like for example, 4, 3, 2, 1. Total how much it is? 3 and 3, 6, 10. Write 10 over here. Right is equals to 10. Okay?
Miss over here, it is written that I like working into my hand. The offense are only crafts in that if in psycho there's other games okay.
Yes, so you like gaming, no? You do it with your hands. But your craft is like, doing the fine kinesthetic movies, not gaming. If you like craft, do craft. If you don't like it, please write whatever, 2, 1, how much ever. Just give me your sheet for 1 minute. See, listen here. We've totaled up these marks. He had given himself 4, 3, 2 and 1. So that 4 is up to 10. So is equals to 10. Okay? In the first category, it is 10. In the second category, whatever you got, start writing like that. Okay? Sorry. Everybody's understood what is to be done? Yes? Girls, understood what is to be done? Please start giving your marks. Please start totaling your marks for each category. All right? Now start seeing where you have scored more. Which category you have scored more. Don't add marks. We're not calculating the subtotals. All right? Just see which intelligence is higher. Just take a look at it. So I explained to you that there are 8 different types of intelligences. These intelligences will show you what kind of a learner are you. Now, what does that mean? Where I am able to learn more easily, which techniques worked best for me. For example, some people like to use colored pens in their writing. They like to highlight, they like to underline. Correct? Is that right? Some people like to listen. They want to close their eyes and they want to listen. Even if they're looking here and there, they are listening to you. Are you that person? Then there are others who are very fidgety in class. कुछ बच्चे ऐसे होते हैं जो constantly fidget करते हैं. They will either keep rocking their chair. चेयर हिलाते रहेंगे. टीचर जब आवाज देगी स्टॉप इट, चेयर पे सीधा बैठ जाएंगे. फिर पेंसिल बॉक्स निकालेंगे, पेंसिल में उसको टैप करने लगेंगे. And if the teacher turns around, they start pen fight. Yes, because they are kinesthetic learners. Now, what is a kinesthetic learner? That person who needs movement to learn. Their brain works best when they are in movement. Now, that does not mean that you can move in class. Okay? This is only to use when you are doing your personal studying. कुछ बच्चे या कुछ लोग चल के पढ़ते हैं. Have you seen? उन लोगों को घर में चलने को चाहिए. They keep walking, they keep dashing, they keep falling. Right? Correct? That is because your brain starts working when your body gets into action. That is a kinesthetic learner. Have you understood? Yes? And can I have the next slide? So, based on those marks, look at your sheet. Now take a look at your sheet. What type of learner are you? Are you a visual learner? It is important for you to see things. Are you an auditory learner? It is important for you to listen. Sometimes the teacher is writing on the board. Okay? And for you, it is more important that you see. Pay attention to me. What happens is, listen, everybody, we are only going to take 5 minutes of your time. If you start talking to somebody else, not only are your attention skills diverted, you have taken away their attention also. Okay? In class also, whatever you want to talk to your friend, write it down. Talk to her in the break. Because when you start talking, you have distracted yourself as well as taken the time of your partner. All right? So she has also missed out on important facts and you have also. All right? Whatever you want to say, write it down. Okay? You can talk another 5 minutes. We're just done. I know you want to go home. It's fine. Okay? So know what kind of a learner are you. Once again, when you go home, read the sheet again and understand what will be your techniques for studying. 10th grade is an important year, as ma'am said, right? In school, while you're in school, your teachers know you. They give you marks based on who you are. But in the 10th grade, you are your answer. Your answer is you. The person correcting the paper does not know you. He or she will read your answer. How well you have written your answer is going to decide your marks. Make it neat, make it full, write the full answer, write it complete. In school, it was okay to be careless. But in grade 10, in your board exams, make sure your answer is full. Why? Because the corrector does not know you. He is she a sheet of paper, and that is you. You will go to your corrector as your answer. Is that clear? So make sure it is well framed, neatly written, and complete. All right? So you are just not good or bad in school. You have your own blend of intelligences. Some people are excellent at sports. Yes, some people are very good in dancing. There are others who cannot dance. Some people are good at remembering songs. Others cannot. Right? So it is your unique blend of intelligences that you were born with. And what you can do is, with the help of these techniques that I'm showing you, you can increase your chances of success. All right? The more you practice, the way you practice, the smarter you learn, the better you get. All right? This is the stepping stone for your future. If I tell you that you have to build a house where you're going to live in that house for the next 60 years, what kind of a house will you make for yourself? A good one, right? A big, beautiful, grand house with all the luxuries, all the amenities, a gaming room, right? Everything you will have, good ambience. Alexa doing everything for you, correct? So this is your chance to make your house for the next 60 years. Your SSC percentage is going to decide your career. You have to plan it to achieve it. Correct? Right? So those people who like to look at the board, for them, looking is very important. If the teacher is standing in the way, you're like, Miss Hato, dikhta nahi hai. You are that visual person. When you sit to write, you want to write neatly. You want to underline your facts. You want to use color codes. You want to use colored pens for the subheading. Then you want to underline with another color. You are a visual learner. You learn primarily through looking. All right? Is that clear? Yes? So what are the techniques that you can use for a visual learner? And this can apply to everybody. The first is visualization mastery. The first is always have a timetable. Ma'am has already elaborated on that, right? You have to start planning. Maths, if your board exam timetable has come, you will write your timetable accordingly. Maths, you will give 5 days. Physics, you will give 5 days. You will plan your timetable accordingly. All right? The second, very important, very simple. You're sitting in your house, okay? Look at 7 objects around you. 7 objects. आप अपने घर में बैठे हो, कहीं भी बैठे हो. आपके डेस्क पे 7 चीजें हैं. Learn it look at it properly in that manner, and then close your eyes. Close your eyes and visualize them exactly in the order that they are. This is the first technique to improve your memory. All right? What did I say? What is this technique? Look at 7 objects around you. Close your eyes and in your mind, picture those 7 objects the way they are. This is called as a visualization mastery technique. What will this improve? Tell me. What is this technique going to improve in you? Learning, memory. Okay? This is an improvement in your memory. How many people feel that I keep learning but I keep forgetting? Most of us do in some subject or the other. One subject or 2 subjects are my favorite. The rest all I have a problem to learn. So you can start doing this technique every day on a general basis. This will improve your memory. All right? Everybody's understood the technique? Write it down in your notebook. Jot it down in your own words. How are you going to use this technique in your house? 2 minutes. How many objects? See, 7. What are you going to do? You're going to first look at them, close your eyes, in 30 seconds. Within 30 seconds, you have to again visualize the order of those objects. Do not spend hours and hours. This is a small technique. All right? It is a very small technique. It goes very fast. But if you do it every day, at the end of 1 week, you will see a marked improvement. All right? No, jot it down in your notebook. All right, done. Just write it down. You can always remind at each other when you're in class. All right? The next one, as ma'am said, the Pomodoro technique. This comes under the visualization techniques. Okay, study for 25 minutes, take a break for 5 minutes. All right? Then you have employ spaced repetition. One day, I have learned an entire chapter or one chunk of chapter for 1 hour. The next day, after 24 hours, I will again repeat and learn it well. All right? Then I will take it up after 3 days. And the last is after 7 days. All right? So employ these repetition techniques to learn and learn and learn. You have to start learning today. Up till now, it was grade 9. You learned at the last minute. कल पेपर है, आज रात को पढ़ाई किए, जाके उल्टी किए पेपर पे, डन, पास हो गए. यहाँ ऐसे नहीं चलेगा. You have to start learning from today. All right? Pick up small chunks and start learning. All right? Okay. So there is this one person called as Tony Buzan. Okay, I have brought a video to show you all, but it's probably not working. There is a Tony Buzan who has given the technique of mind maps. Write it down. Just note it down. I'll send you all the video. Your teacher will show it to you, or you all could just see it. It's a 5-minute video. What he says is that when you make a mind map in the form of a brain tendron, you know how the brains have tendrons. They have dendrites. They have axons. Have you seen the structure of a brain? Inside the brain, if you make a mind map based on that, you will learn better. All right? I will show it to you on the whiteboard. You can make your map like that and we can follow it that way. All right? Then, the important part is mnemonics. Yes, as ma'am said, we pay more attention to maths, physics, chemistry, bio. Yes, algebra, geometry, these are the important subjects. But do not forget history and geography. Why? Why should I not neglect my history and geographies? Tell me. Because so what are you talking about? They create critical thinking and they are important for your percentage now. Overall, your percentage, if you lose marks in history, geography, your percentage will go down, right? Yes. Now, history and geography are the easiest subjects because they are based on a lot of matter that you have to learn. So, they are the lightest subjects in your syllabus. All right? Everybody agrees to that? Yes. Now, I have picked up the first chapter from your history textbook and I brought these mnemonics for you. Okay? So, there were the scholars of Europe. Have you studied your first chapter? Yes. So, there were the scholars of Europe. Half of them were from Germany. Half of them were for France. Very good. Now, these are the historians that have been labeled in your history textbook. So, what we have done is, we have made a mnemonics phrase. What is a mnemonics phrase? Look here, pay attention, boys. Pay attention. Daring Vikings hunt real mammoth fossils. What is the sentence you're going to learn? Daring Vikings hunt real mammoth fossils. And what does it convert to? This is Descartes, Voltaire, Hegel, Spot. Okay? So we have made a sentence which is very different from your history. We have just made a very random sentence which is easy for you to learn. And this sentence has the names of all of your historians. D, V, H, R, M, F. All right? So if you learn it that way, your first alphabet is going to represent a historian that is there in your book. Yes? Now you have read that Descartes has given this. Descartes gave you doubt everything. He wrote the book Dissection of Truths. Correct? Yes. Then Voltaire says views, landscapes of history. Okay? Those were his teachings. But you have learned the matter, but you forgot the name. Or you remember the name, but you forgot what he was saying. So you can make paragraphs and learn like that. Okay? History can be very easily learned through mnemonics and MyMap. All of the subjects for that matter. Alright, you can learn it very easily through these techniques. Is that clear? Next. Okay, now for those students who are auditory learners, how many of you are like that at the last minute, when your anxiety levels are high, you come to school, you close your eyes and you tell your friend, "Acha, bol, mujhe yaad nahi aa raha, tu bol. You close your eyes and you want to listen. Okay? Those are people who are auditory learners. Alright, you have learnt it, but you want an audio final for your learning. Okay? है ऐसा कोई? Other people who are auditory learners, you like to listen to what your teacher says? है कोई? Now mind, we just discussed the techniques to learn. Sometimes it happens that you are tired of reading. So you can ask somebody else to read your answer for you. Or you can record in your own mobile your answer and listen to it. Alright? Sometimes you can make a simple hum on Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Okay? Make a rhyming of any of your subject and learn it that way. It gives a break, a relaxation to your mind. Done? Everybody's understood this? Then, take a study partner. This is very, very important. Your best friend can become your best study partner. Why? You could keep reminding each other. Did you study this? Did you study that? Did you? Okay, I'll explain to you. As ma'am has already said, when you explain, you learn the best. When you teach, you become an expert. Alright? Alright? What technique did I say? Tell me. What happened? Okay. Sometimes when you are tired of studying, you feel that today I don't think I can study anymore. Listen to a podcast. You heard of Khan sir? Khan sir is giving training in the UPSC. Lots of videos available of him. But वो एक खान सर का ही podcast देखना, 1 घंटा मोबाइल पे नहीं. Don't waste your time. All right? Okay. This is the last slide. Okay. So there were 2 techniques that we studied. The visual is eyes. Auditory is ears. अब ये कौन सा important sense बचा? Close. What you can do is, you can have different fragrances for different subjects. For maths, put some lime. Okay? For history, you can put some oud. You can keep different fragrances. And this is an important scientific technique. I'm not making up these techniques. I have done the master workshop for memory techniques and that's what I'm teaching you. Alright? So, if you blend your subject with one specific fragrance, in your exam, wear that fragrance and go to your exam center, you will be able to perform well. Alright? Then you have to physically write out. These are people who are kinesthetic learners. They like to take a walk and learn. They like to read aloud and learn. All right. So physically, if you write out your answer, you will learn it better. All right. Then movement. As I said, movement creates a hook in your mind because your brain gets activated when your body is in movement. All right. And then the last is keep different areas for studying different subjects. Like you can study one subject in the balcony, one subject on the dining table, one subject on the sofa corner. Why? Suppose if you have studied over there, in your exam, when you sit, and I've taught you that visualization technique, if you use these different techniques for learning, you are 100% in your marks. All right? Thank you so much. Ma'am will just finish with a story. Okay? And I'm going to conclude with a very interesting story where you have certain hardships, shortcomings, which can be used to your advantage. So we have this story. It's not a story, it is a real life incident where this child with boy, a 9-year-old boy, he met with an accident somewhere and he had to amputate. You know what is amputation? His left arm had to be cut away. All right. That means he was rendered with only one arm. Only the right hand he had. Left arm uska nahi tha. Now, obviously, the child went into a state of depression and he would stop interacting with people. He stopped playing with his friends. He stopped going to school. One day, he happened to be walking on the road and he saw a martial art institute. And something clicked and he said, I'm not doing anything. Let me at least go and learn some martial arts. You know what is martial art? Right. Okay. So when he went over there, the master was very surprised to see this boy with just one arm. But he was a nice person and he realized that the child is going through difficult times and he enrolled him in his institute. And he said, you come from tomorrow, we'll start. And they started practicing. Now every day this boy was taught just one technique by his master. All right. So he said that, master, I also want to learn what the other boys are learning. He said, no, first you master this technique. Only one technique every day and he became a master. Now it so happened that there was an inter-institute. Like ma'am just said, inter means two. So there was another martial art institute which came up with a competition. And many students of this institute, they went and they enrolled themselves. This boy also, he went and he enrolled for that competition. Now everyone was thinking, how cruel we can be at times because we start judging. We start doubting others. With one hand, how are we going to face an opponent? Right? But this boy was very confident. He went. He was able to qualify till the last round. He won. Right? And everyone was in awe that he has reached here. Now what? Will he be able to clear the final tussle? The day arrived. Everyone was excited to know what is happening and who is going to win because the opponent was a very strong one. And this boy was with one arm. But he won. He won the competition and he himself was in awe of himself. He collected all the medals and the certificates and he ran to his master and he put on his feet and he said, I can't believe myself that I have won this, but how? You have just taught me one technique and that one technique I won. How? He said, that's what I was trying to tell you. That sometimes your shortcomings becomes your strength. What technique I had taught you, the master said, if the opponent had to defeat you, he would have to grab your left arm, which you did not have. Because you did not have, he could not grab you and you won. All right. So we all can use our shortcomings into our strengths if we have the positive mindset. With that, I hope you enjoyed the rest of the day and thank you so much for paying a very good audience. Don't clap for us. We want to come and clap for you when the 10th standard results come out with the guidance if we have given and is it good for you all and if you implement it and it helps you, that will be our greatest rise. Okay?